Peace, blessings, and enough love to each and every one of our queens and our kings that is on this Mindset Monday. And at this time, I am being blessed to be on this program as one of the hosts here with Queen Miriam.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Mindset Monday. It's good to have you with me.
Oh, hallelujah. Praise the Lord. And I am so good and blessed to be here on your program with you.
It's an honor.
It's an honor, honestly.
So, viewers, thank you so much for being with us. And we are on the journey of abundance in love. This, for the rest of the year, we will be journeying with you, abundance in love. And we shared last week of our love story, a little bit of our love story. We recently got married and we are traveling this journey together. You will see both of us most of the time uh, traveling together on this program. Today, however, we have two wonderful guests who will be sharing the stage with us, and they will be doing a presentation. It's a little bit different from the way we normally do it for the few weeks before. And you may have met Dr. Karen, but another person, which is our partner in business, who will be coming on later, I'll introduce them to you in a little while. But we are grateful that you have been traveling this journey with us. We started this year with the word abundance, and we have gone through abundance in service. We have gone through abundance in different areas, but this, for the rest of the year, we will be focusing on abundance in love, and love for what you do, love for humanity, love for whatever the gifts and talents that God has so given unto us. We are sharing, the guests that we're sharing, they have shared how they love what they do and how they share with humanity. And because of the love of the different things they do, it has helped them to bridge the gap with so many different people, and also allowing others to connect because of their service. This week, we have Dr. Karen Lalli, and she is a chiropractor by profession, but she does so much other things.
Thank you,
And
Miriam, for having me. And
it is an honor to have you, Dr. Karen, and we are delighted that you have joined us this evening.
to be able to have a platform like this to share knowledge and to encourage each other. I am just feel very blessed to be a part of a group like this, and to take each one of our gifts, as you said, our God-given talents and gifts, and help others to achieve what they want to achieve, and figure out what they love, how to get there, and many more points. Would you like me to start at the beginning and give you a little bit of background?
So, as I explained to my guests, I think you're muted, Dr. Karen.
No.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, I'm hearing you now. So, as I explained to my guest, we will be doing a little different. So, I'm going to allow you to share your gifts with us, and then we'll ask questions after.
Wonderful. Hi, everybody. The first thing I'd like to say is you made it through a Monday, wherever you are in the world. Hopefully you're off work now, and you can take a breath, and you can nourish yourself with some words of wisdom, and hopefully some healthy food, and some ideas to impart a good feeling in your body and your soul. When Miriam said she was going to be speaking about abundance for the next 3 months, and especially she said love and abundance, I just want to ask the people that are here now, when you say, I love something, what does the word love mean to you? When you say, I love a person, yourself, a spouse, how do you describe the word love to yourself? And thinking about that, is it love, as I said, for self or a spouse? Is it for your family? Is it for the type of work you do or the hobbies you have? Maybe it's love you experience in church or in your community. A very simple thing to think of is how you love food when you're hungry, how it nourishes you. Love is an emotion that I think we use the word almost too often, because we don't really think we can say, I love you, or love ya, or sure, I love that idea, or I love this or that. But feeling what love really means to you, I think, will get you in touch with the deeper meaning of what the word love really means. And the types of love I just mentioned, whether it's for family, for a spouse, for church, for an organization, or a hobby, how do you express that love? And in what order do you put these parts of your life that include love? And even more importantly, I think, is how do you express your love? How do you express the love you have? I happened to be at Miriam and Dr. Derrick's wedding not very long ago, 10 days ago. And it was so great to walk in there, Miriam. Neither of you were in the room, but I walked into where the ceremony was going to be. And all those people that came there, they came for this beautiful couple you see in front of you. And I could feel all the feelings of everybody, the excitement, the joy, the anticipation, the time and effort they put to be there and look beautifully. And you could feel, it was palpable, the love that people had that was growing in this room as we waited for Miriam and Derrick to walk down the aisle. And it put a smile on my face immediately. I remember the love I had for my twins when they were born. I've only had one live birth of twins. Thank the Lord for that. And feeling how my face lit up, my heart almost burst, and my muscles that I smile with were hurting from
Mhm.
smiling and expressing myself to these kids. I couldn't stop smiling. So I had like a neck ache from smiling so big.
Wow.
Mm.
So thinking about, what do you love that brings a smile to your face? And putting that in priority on your daily routine, whether it's a pet that you can pet an animal. I feed birds. I love to feed them. I love to see them. It brings me great joy. Can you reach out to a parent or family member and just express your love in 2 or 3 sentences? Those kind of things really influence our day. They influence our mood. And I think they're very important. And cultivating love, cultivating the time to express love, I think is very important, especially in this day and age. You know, hosts, I was thinking about this today, how they say AI will make a lot of people's jobs obsolete. Like the Amazon, they just built an Amazon uh, big distribution center near us.
Mhm.
Not one person works in it. It's all robots going to
Wow.
each shelf, bringing everything and bringing it to the front for packing. And now they have a lot of Amazon drivers going in and out of this distribution center. But soon it's going to be driverless cars. And I was thinking of all those jobs and all these people that aren't going to be doing those jobs. What can we do? What do we have that AI and robots and all the things that are taking over these menial jobs that many people used to have? What can we do instead? I think freeing up this time for people, we can learn how to express our emotions, the most important one being love.
Mhm.
Because right now, as we run around getting home and being tired and rushing to have our food and that, there's not that much expression of love and joy in these moments, because everyone feels stressed and worried and anxious about things. So I'm hoping with a positive slant that we can look at AI in a way of freeing up our time for things that robots can't do for us. And one of them is expressing love.
Mm.
That's why I was so glad to see you at your celebration.
I thank you very much. Really appreciate, really appreciate. That was awesome. And so you mentioned about AI and that, well, these robots don't have any love. But unfortunately, we are not in that spectrum of love. People are, you know, more cold than the robots. So how are you looking in that aspect to rectify that?
That's a great question, and I appreciate you bringing that up. Um, what I think has happened a lot with humanity right now is we've disconnected from our hearts. We do things with our mind and we do things with our body, but I don't think we do things with our heart and soul as much. That's why having a spiritual outlet of a group, a church, a community is so important. To me, humans need to share. That's why I was so happy to come on to this show and be able to share what my passions are. And so, a big question around that is, how do we ignite our passion?
Mm.
How do we find out what we really love? Do we remember what we love? Think of how many things excited you as a child compared to how many things excite you now. An ice cream cone on a hot summer day could be paradise for us,
Yeah.
right? At 5 and 10 years old. But at 25 and 30, it doesn't do it. So, do we need more and more of stimulation to really find out what ignites our passion? Or do you think we can get back to basics? I hope we can learn the basics on self-love, self-care, and then filling our own cup, be able to share it with others. How do we do that?
As you're on the path, you're saying sharing your passion or sharing what drives you. I know your passion, or one of your passion, or your work as a chiropractor. You do excellent work based on the reviews that I've gotten and some of your friends who have shared. Now, this doing this work as a chiropractor, you actually use your hands because it's a connection. How is it? How does, as you're saying that people, Dr. Derrick just said that people are not connected. How would you help them, or how do you help them while you are practicing to assist them with reconnecting to their own body, their themselves, so they can reconnect with others?
I'd love to do a very simple exercise, and this is totally off the cuff for me to do this, but I know it's true. Take your own hand, look at your hand for a moment, just look at it. You don't have to notice much, and then pat your own face lovingly, the way you would somebody you care about. Do you feel that love? See, you get to do it to each other, but doing it to yourself is just as important. And you can, when you hold your own face, or you can look in the mirror and say, I love you, I care about you.
It feels good.
Yeah, we don't even take time to do that. Usually, when we look in the mirror, we're critical. This hair is out of place. This doesn't even up with this. This doesn't match, or whatever it is. I think we should say, I love you to ourselves. And our body, I don't like to say it like this, but it is true. There's not many things these days that support our body being in good health. The types of food, the types of news, the types of environment, even the types of drinks that they have in stores when you rush in, most of them are not health oriented. Most things are fast food, a quick fix, a stimulant, and we're not really paying much attention to what our body signals are. And that's the part of chiropractic that I like. One, I can read signals. I can tell someone who's not in touch with their body what their body is saying. I can interpret that, and I can tune them into that and let them see that that pain is a message. And the way I look at the life is, we're here to learn. We're either here to learn or to teach, or to give or receive. Those are the four main components of life that give meaning: learning, teaching, giving, or receiving. And doing any of those four things is a form of love, if you think about it, because you're caring enough to either listen or teach. You're caring enough to receive or to give something. So how do we get to that point? How do we ignite the passion we had when we were younger?
Mhm.
How do you recall what it feels like to be lighthearted, to be magically entranced by simple things? I think that one of the ways is to have silence and be able to tune in a little bit to your inner voice. And if you could see what simple things could make you happy. I have something here. It's
Mm.
a glass of something brown. It smells unbelievable. It's apple cider from the farm. They took whole fresh apples, crunched it down through a press, and got this beautiful cider. It smells amazing. It tastes so sweet and good. And it's a whole food that has enzymes, vitamins, minerals, proteins, and sugars that will make my body happy. So holding this glass of cider, smelling it, sipping it, tasting it, and
Mm.
knowing that it's good for me is a wonderful way to tune in. That's one of the reasons why saying a blessing before you eat your food is important. It gives you a moment of stillness. It gives you a moment to smell your food and get ready to eat it. And it enhances the energy of the food. I don't know how many people here have heard about plants or even water responding to words and thoughts and music. Have you heard of
Mm.
that, Dr.
Yeah.
Derrick?
Yes. Yes. Hmm.
Positive words, right?
Yeah.
Positive music, positive thoughts, embellish positivity.
Hmm.
Negative things spiral you down. So you have
Hmm.
to, one of the things we do is consciously choose. I know you've heard this before, who you hang around with, right? Who you surround yourself with, what kind of things you have in your environment. I like to have fresh flowers. I like to have my bird feeder filled. I love to look out the window and see small parts of nature stirring in the morning. Those 2 minutes of looking out the window in the morning connect me to nature, connect me to my part of being in nature, and put me in the way of looking at positive things. Now, let's say your passion isn't about nature. Let's say your passion is about a Mercedes Benz. What do you notice? You notice a shiny car, the perfect color for you, the lines of it, the things that make you want to have this car. And then you notice every Mercedes on the road, don't you?
True.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you notice what you put your attention on. Where your attention goes, energy flows. So you can
Mm-hmm.
consciously choose what you're putting your attention on. I'm choosing to look at Joan's beautiful eyes behind her glasses right now. And that beautiful smile she just gave me because my attention is focused on her. That fills my heart and it made her smile. What did that cost us besides 5 seconds of interacting?
True.
So it's such a simple thing to say, smile at a stranger, give $1 to someone who needs it, volunteer somewhere. But what can you do that will not drain you, but fill you up in a way of expressing love? It's going to be very individual for each person. And none of it is wrong as long as it does no harm, right? Just like medicine, first do no harm. You don't want to think of anything that's going to hurt somebody else or yourself. You want to veer towards what our higher self wants.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know in this world with the marketing and the strategies that people try to draw us in just for profit does not mean that it's something good for us and that it does no harm. Those things that are picking at our brain and our attention, we have to be very mindful of what we choose to put our focus on. So
Mm.
igniting your passion, seeing them get married and
Hmm.
feeling passionate about something. What happened at your wedding that specifically concerned me. Do you remember?
I know you caught the bouquet.
Right. Look, I have one flower of it that's separate from the bouquet that I have in a very prominent place. Why?
Wow.
I did not come there expecting to catch that bouquet. I came to share your love, but my heart was full. And then they said, come to the front, all the single ladies. So I went up there with my heart full, my hands open, and it fell right into my lap.
That's true.
I
I
didn't
know.
expect it. Somebody said, did she plan that? Did she see where you were? I don't think you did.
No.
I said, I don't think so. She was turned the other way. But I attracted that love. I attracted that bouquet from feeling loving from seeing them.
Mm,
So being around loving things vibrates in a loving way, and that brings love to you. We
mm,
act like an antenna. Our thoughts, our energy gives a signal to the universe, a signal, and that gets
mm,
picked up by the universe and brings something into us. So if we're mindful and intentional about what we're putting out to the universe, I think that we can expect beautiful things from the universe, as long as we aren't too demanding or give it too many deadlines.
As you're on that point, I remembered when you came in and you hugged me, you said, Miriam, I feel so much love in this place. I
mm,
remembered you said that.
And
Um,
no, it's true. And afterwards, everyone was full of love, and everybody wanted to take pictures of themselves, of them, of everybody. I took so many pictures of your friends. I said, let me do that. Let me do that. And I was sharing in all this love and expression of love for you and for the group. And it was so much fun to do that and to be able to take these great pictures of everyone enjoying themselves and sharing them. And that didn't cost anything. That was such a
mm,
gift that actually you bestowed on us because it was your ceremony and your celebration, but the actual expression of love that we were sharing between ourselves, myself and the women that I was around, was so spontaneous, so effortless, and so meaningful. So what you think molds you, and what you surround yourself with is very important. I am passionate about self care. I don't think chiropractic or coming to me is narcissistic or is self-centered. I think it's necessary because if your body's giving you pain or if you're in a bad state of mind, that means something's not perfect. Something needs tweaking, something needs work. And I happen to be a good messenger of what what needs to be done in people when they're in front of me or when they're speaking to me as a coach or whatever, so that I can kind of see what is the underlying thing that their body might be trying to tell them or to tell me, because I say it. I'm from New York. I say it like a New Yorker. I say this is what I'm hearing from your body. And I don't want to say it in a bad way. I want to say it in a way where they can hear me and think, oh, because here's the deal. Sorry, I'm going to change this so I make sure I don't forget what I'm saying. You're stuck in this body, right? This is the body you're going to have until you're no longer existing the way we live right now in a physical
mhm,
form. So
right.
you have to make friends with your body. If you don't, your body's going to probably make you miserable. So eating well behooves you, not just your body. It behooves all the parts of you.
mm,
Taking baby steps to tweak your health routine helps you. It's not somebody else, it's you, because it's your body, it's your life, and it's your heart and soul that are involved. So I tell people, you talk to your body, say, we're in this together. What do you want or what do you need? If you're quiet and still, you might be surprised what you find out just from listening to your own body.
I I I just want to to interject at this point. And I know that it's all about the love, but since you are a chiropractor, for those on the international level that might not be sure or might not even know what that is, um, kind of let us know what is that, what it entails, and how did you find the love for that field? How did you get that love for that field?
Thank you for asking that. Um, well, what I say to people is my mother's a Swedish. That's from Sweden. Did you ever hear a Swedish massage? That's like the most common massage that anybody has usually heard of. So I went to massage school when I was in my teens. They actually didn't want to let me in. They said, we don't let anybody into massage school till they're 21. And I said, well, I'm Swedish. I said, we know more about massage than Americans. And they let me come in early. My grandfather was a tailor. He worked with his hands. My father made crowns and bridges, which are teeth, working with your teeth, and that's all with their hands. Now they have crowns that are done in a machine, but not in those days. So my grandfather worked with his hands. My father worked with his hands. I work with my hands, and my son Cole played the piano since he was 5 years old. So I think my hands were always something that I was drawn to. And what in one of the chapters of my book, I called it Reach Out and Touch Someone. Touching is an international language. You don't need words. Even if someone can't say the word pain in English, they can point. They can explain with non-verbally, and I can feel something. And even if I can't tell them with words, I can communicate with their body. Their cells sense I'm there for good, and their body opens up. Chiropractic releases blockages. Energetic, bone. I happen to do other advanced chiropractic that has to do with the cranial bones, that has to do with the gut, with the diaphragms, not just in your breathing, but there's one here, there's one in your pelvis. So I like to unblock energy systems in the body. That's what chiropractic does. The very strict chiropractic is about manipulating the bones, which of course is part of what I do, but there's also subtler types of chiropractic healing that don't necessarily have to do with a manipulation. And there's actually things you can do for yourself that are chiropractically based to help your body unblock and get your energy flowing. The whole theory of chiropractic is removing interference from your nervous system so that your energy flows up and down your spine from your brain to your body, and vice versa. And that you get the most bang for your buck because your energy is flowing easily and fully. So that's that. Chiro means hands, and practic means practice with your hands. And I went to massage school, then I got hurt, and I got healed from chiropractic. That's what sent me to chiropractic school. I love anatomy, and I love everything to do with figuring out what the body's doing. So that just happened to be a passion for me. And I'm lucky I found that, because I'm sure I wouldn't be good I had a lot of other jobs, but I'm good at this. So the people that are here today, Joseph, Joan, Nandu, I want you to think about what comes to mind when you think about your health. Do you think about disease and worry about getting sick? Do you think about what your body might need? Do you think about positive things you could do for yourself? Like, where does your head go when you think of my health? I'm just curious because if your health becomes a drag, that's a signal to your body that you're not in sync with it. And that probably won't help you to get healthier. Uh, Today I woke up, I was so stiff. Oh my God, my back was killing me. And I was like, I don't feel like going to the gym. I just wasn't in the mood. I said, I need to go swimming. I thought of all the places I could possibly go swimming today. And one of my friends I know still has her pool open. It's warm. I called her up. I said, can I come swimming? She said, yes. I went in for 40 minutes. I had the opportunity to do so because I didn't have a lot of appointments today, and I did it, and I feel so much better. That it did take an hour of my time, but it's going to last longer than today because I'm setting, each time you do something that helps your body feel better, you're setting the groundwork for you to do that again and for you to feel better about it again. And to encourage yourself. So I'd like to for you to think, what easy, loving choices can you make that can nurture you, that aren't that hard for your routine to adopt? It's going to be different for everyone. It could be one healthier snack a day. It could be drinking an extra glass or two of water a day. It could be cutting down on a stimulant or taking one day where you don't have any chemicals in your body and you just let your body flush out. There's a million, I could think of 20 things off the top of my head, small habits, I call it tiny habits that you can change that will give you a good feeling about yourself and encourage you to do it again. The way we do this is you reward yourself when you do something that's good for you, but you can't reward yourself with candy.
No.
But yes.
As you're on that point, I still want to go back while our guests are thinking about the questions you ask. And guests, just let you know, you can ask questions at any time. You just raise your hand, your electronic hand, or if you can't raise it, you can just raise your regular hand, and you can ask questions. Dr. Karen, I want to go back to, because I know you're passionate about what you do. What motivated you, or what urged you to open your own practice?
Oh my gosh. I never wanted to work for anybody. I never did. They tell you in chiropractic school, most chiropractors are open Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday mornings. I said, nope. I'm going to be open Monday, Tuesday, take off Wednesdays, and work Thursday, Friday. I've always been my own person. I mean, when I was younger, when I was early in school, I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be the same as everybody. And I realized I wasn't the same as everybody. There's no way I'm going to be the same as everybody. I don't really think like everybody. So I had to accept that I was different than most people, especially the way I guess that I thought about health. And I just had to say, I'm me. I had a coach who said, you're too this and you're too that and you're this and that. And I said, well, she don't even like me. That's not a good coach for me. So you need to love yourself, not in a self-centered or narcissistic way, but you need to say, body, even this right now, this 68-year-old body that has aches and pains and problems and issues, it's me. and I have to work with it. You know, I'm battling something right now, a hip problem, and I'm listening to it and I'm seeing, and how much can I do and how much will my body respond? And it's like a game of Clue. And if you get into it, it's fun because it's like figuring something out. For Miriam, it might be like balancing something in somebody's account or finding ways that they can save on their taxes. You know, it becomes a little bit of a game. For me, it's what can I find out about Dr. Derrick? Well, let me look at him. Let me look at his posture. Let me look at his gut. Let me look at his spine. Which part is curved? What part needs what? You know what I mean? It's interesting to see because everybody's different. Don't get me started, but I just want to say our our gut biome, meaning the cells that live inside our gut, are pre and probiotics. They're as individual as our fingerprint. Isn't that amazing?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's little gut bacterias are uniquely theirs from
Mm.
their chemicals and their environment and their foods. I think that's an amazing thing. So we are all different and we are all blessed. And some of it, you know, and we all have problems and we have to work with our problems the best way we can. So thinking, what tiny habit could each one of you do that wouldn't be hard, that you could reward yourself for doing, that you could adopt, say, starting tomorrow? Walking a little more, watering a little more, smiling a little more. That will make you healthy, mentally healthy.
Yeah.
So, and then a reward.
TV.
What could you do? Could you put $1 in your, or a dime in your vacation fund? Or could you mark it on the calendar and when you get 30, you're going to treat yourself to something you've wanted? Small steps with a reward at the end encourage participation and continuation of things that are good for you. One of the things that I know is our body needs to clean out after we've been in the world for probably even 40 years and probably less if you're in a polluted environment. We have a barrel that gets filled with toxins as we age. If you don't empty that barrel out, it starts to overflow, and when that toxic load becomes too great, that's when you have disease. So decreasing stress and detoxing, I'll give you a very simple detox right now. Once a month, don't drink coffee, tea, or caffeinated drinks. Drink extra water. And if you can, do a mono food diet for one day. Even if you do it every 3 months, that's 4 times a year. What do I mean by a mono food? Just eat apples all day. You can eat applesauce, apple juice, apple slices, um, cooked apples, any kind of apple you want. And just eat that. It'll clean your body out. It'll pull all the toxins of the caffeinated drinks out. It'll bind heavy metals out of your system. So that's a very simple thing. And you'll feel so great. You won't even need to reward yourself. By the next day, you'll be like, wow, my stomach feels flat. I went to the bathroom a lot. You know, your liver gets happy because of the malic acid in apples and in this.
Oh, mercy.
So there are simple things you can do, and I'm happy to help you to find something simple that's good for you. The other thing that my friend and colleague Barbara Eeps does is we do retreats. Why is a retreat important? So that we can get away from our own messages in our own environment and be open to something new happening.
Yes, share about that retreat that's coming up
In 2 weeks, we're having a
2 weeks.
retreat here
Yes.
at the very end of Long Island at my beautiful home. That's close to the beach, that's close to beautiful farms. Actually, a friend of mine just invited us to participate in his art opening at a wonderful winery about 20 minutes from here, where all of his artwork is in a beautiful space, and just walking in there makes you feel good. But we're doing a all women's retreat. Sorry, Dr. Derrick. Sorry, Joseph. But it starts on a Friday night. People come on Friday afternoon. We share a dinner. We do an orientation. We set an intention. And we have wonderful sleeping accommodations with the beautiful sounds of nature. And in the morning, we see wildlife. And we have wonderful farm fresh foods. And we have activities that range from art and uncovering your desires through art, movement. I actually do a complimentary session on people that that's okay. I do a complimentary session for people and tell them what I see as their main problems. You can get a detox foot bath, and we share, and we take time to make it an altar made out of natural objects. And these simple things bring us back to our center. These simple things remind our body and our soul how to reconnect. And it really works. People get breakthroughs. Someone who was here last time had complained about their boundaries and how their kids take advantage and how they're still supporting them in their late 20s, and she decided that she wasn't going to do that anymore, and she actually took steps, and now her kids have to go out on their own. They're 28
Before
years
you go any
old.
further, Dr. Karen, we're gonna show them what it looks like, the flyer, so they can actually
See what's
register.
involved. Yeah.
Yes.
And I believe my phone number's on there.
Yes.
I'm happy to give it to you. You can text me or you can email me. Do you have a copy of the flyer?
Yes.
Okay, good. And the retreats happen probably 5 times a year, and there's one coming up October 17th. We still have a couple of spots open. There is some opportunity for scholarship. If you scan that QR code, you will come to a website that has a lot of information about all the different things we do. And the bottom of that has my phone number, which I'd like to put in. Should I put it in the chat? Will it
You can put it in the
go?
chat also.
It's
Yeah.
on the
And
flyer.
it's on the flyer.
Oh, they
So
can see it. I couldn't see the bottom, but I'm
on the
gonna.
YouTube channel. Yes, it's on the flyer to the bottom.
And I'll put that in there. You can text me. You can ask me questions. Since you're taking time to be a part of this, if you have a brief question that you want to ask me about your health, I'm happy to give you 10 minutes of my time to go over one of your personal questions and ask you different things about it, and offer you some kind of a simple solution. I just think that if we are giving up our menial tasks to AI, that we have time to elevate to a different level of being, that maybe instead of, because the AI is going to come no matter what, it's happening. You can drag your feet all you want, but it doesn't matter. It's snowballing, and it's growing into a giant avalanche of information and of of being in our lives on a daily basis. So I try to look at it in a way of saying, it's freeing us up for better things. Yeah, you're not seeing the bottom of the flyer. I know. You got to page it up a little bit, or maybe if you tap it. I know, because it doesn't have that, it doesn't have the, I'm going to also, besides putting my phone number in there, I will put the, I'm going to put the website in there too,
Okay.
because I'm smart enough to do it, I believe. So I'd love to open it up to questions. If somebody has a question for me, well, I type this in here. And
You can ask questions. Are there any questions? Let's check the for
Just before you go to questions, two things. One, one of the ladies that was at your table that you were inquiring about, which
yes,
is Queen Engineer Bridget.
yes.
Um, she's actually here.
Oh,
Um,
good.
yes, she's
I
actually
remember
here.
her, and I'm so glad
Right.
she's here. Let me just
Um,
finish typing this one thing, and then if she wants to talk, I'm happy to hear her or help her.
all right. And also your phone number, your website is on the YouTube description. So if you go to the YouTube description, it is right there. And also, if you go to the flyer, the website and the phone number is on the flyer.
Wonderful. Oh, there's 11 attendees here. I see them all now. Hi, guys.
So Bridget, do you want to ask a question? Queen Bridget, or anyone for that matter. Desireen, I think Desireen wants to ask a question.
Wonderful.
Queen Desireen?
Can you unmute yourself? Do you see how to do it?
Ready when you are, Queen Desireen. Anyone wants to ask a question? While they're getting ready, let's check the YouTube to see if there are any questions there.
Mm-hmm. And while you look at that, I want to tell you, smelling your food before you eat it, which takes 2 breaths, which is 10 seconds, makes your saliva start to come down. That makes your enzymes start to be secreted into your gastrointestinal tract so that you can digest your food. So that make sure you smell the food you're going to eat, because that tells your body, ooh, let's get ready to eat before you
That's
take that
something that
first
I
bite.
love to do. I always love to smell the sniff. Yes, always love to sniff the food before I eat it.
And actually, food from your culture has wonderful smells, right?
Yes.
I mean, herbs and spices
Yes.
and wonderfully complex smells from the cooking. That's what I love. You know, it's beautiful. Dr. Karen, I will be unable to attend. Oh, oh, hi, Bridget. Hi, sweetie. So let's do something for ourselves right now. If you can't ask a question, this is called doughing. I showed you how you put your hands on your face and you say, I love you, you sweetie. And they can do it to each other even better. But this is called doughing. This is what you do. You take one hand and you start patting your own arm towards your chest. So up towards your center body. You could do it on the side. I'm not doing it hard. I'm just waking up my arm. About 4 times on this side. Good. Then the other side. Pat, 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 tap, tap, tap. Bring it up towards your shoulder. If your shoulder's tight, you can tap it a little bit more. And start bringing the blood, because our veins have to pump the blood back. This helps your veins bring the blood back. It helps your proprioception, which is the way that you hear, the way your brain processes what's happening in your body. This gives you proprioceptive input, which is good. Then you can clap like this. Clap like this. Clap like this. Clap like
That
this.
feels good. That feels
Yep,
good.
see? Look. Now tell me you don't feel more awake.
Yeah, it feels good.
Tell me you don't feel more tuned into that beautiful body that is you. You got to love this body. This is the only one we have. And people treat it so recklessly and take life so, so making it so unimportant. And it's very important. And we're part of the big picture of this planet. We fit in with the rest of nature. And we have there's a bigger picture than just us in our little world in this American society. There's so much more here than that. And when you get a little still and you tweak a little bit of your habits and you keep this positive mindset going that we talked about, you'd be surprised at the little changes that your body will make. Here, I'll show you something else. I'm at my
Joan,
desk.
did you want to ask a question while Dr. Karen pulling up her thing? Joan, any question? I see your bright face, like you're ready to ask a question. Okay.
So look, can you see this thing? It has all these knobs on it, right? And it's filled with air. And it was very inexpensive. It's called a Bentiva, but I'm sure you could just look up. This is a foot pad, a flexible foot pad. I stick this on my feet, underneath my feet. And that gives me acupuncture pressure points, stimulation under my feet. How easy is that, right? If you can't put that under your desk, you can take a book, a kind of a thick one, put it under your desk. You can grab it off of the shelf of your boss's office and put your feet on top of the book some of the time. Then take them off the book some of the time. Put one foot on, then take it off. Put the other foot on and switch it like that. Just that little bit of difference in the way your hips are on your seat will help you not feel as stiff.
Nice.
These simple things that we forget, just like we forgot how great an ice cream was when we were 5 years old.
No, I don't forget that.
Good. I don't think Eddie Murphy ever forgot either. Remember that?
Yep.
Anyway, I don't think Barbara's going to make it. I think she probably had trouble getting in because she's not that great with links. But yes, see, Bridget said that really helped release my tension. See?
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah. Barbara and I also do some Zooms, some educational Zooms. If you want to get your email to Miriam, we'll give you advance notice when we're having a Zoom where you can ask questions and you can have an interactive community Zoom. We do that too with different groups, so you can get your information to Miriam that way, and we can organize something for your community. Because
wonderful session.
Feeling good is very important. And you deserve to feel good. It's not, don't feel guilty or shameful that you're putting energy towards yourself, because you need the way I do my best work is when I'm filled up. You don't do your best work when you're running on empty and on fast food and little sleep, right? You can't focus. But if you do things that fill your cup, you get body work once in a while, or you get a chiropractic adjustment, you do a mono food diet once in a while, you flush your system to get rid of toxins, you'll feel better, and it'll make you want to do more of that. You'll be in the upward spiral.
Wonderful.
And I'm a great cheerleader. I love to help people feel good. And I know you can feel better than you feel right now.
That's a wonderful summary for the time we spent here. Thank you so much, Dr. Karen. And make sure you check that flyer and get on out to the Hamptons that we can get a little time away from everything and rekindle, revive, and rejuvenate. Dr. Karen, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It's great to see you guys again. And
Hold on,
God
I
bless
think
everyone.
Joseph wanted to ask a question. I don't want him to miss his opportunity. Go ahead, King Joseph.
No, it's not a question I want to ask. I just appreciate this moment because I was coming home from work today and I thought just came to my mind and I was reminiscing on it until I came home and I'm asked if I'm going crazy. But you just confirm a lot. I need to love myself and the bad parts of myself. Many times we often, but I mean, we will all have good and bad side of ourselves. And majority of what we have been taught, we're trying to put the bad side away and, like tuck it in a closet, not noticing it. But, it's a strong thought that came to mind today that dealt with for a couple hours before I came on here. And it just said, I have to love that part of me because it's me.
That's right.
It's who I am. It's there is the more I'm looking to be strong, right, is also that weak part of me. And I think there was a scripture that came to mind where Paul said that he will glory in his weakness so that the power of Christ is made strong in him. And that hit me today like a ton of brick. And I'm like, am I going crazy? But then when you came on and you were talking about loving yourself and all of that, I'm like, this is so unreal. This is so unreal. So I'm very appreciative of this moment. This is a really iconic moment for me at this point. So I'm really appreciative of what you stand for and this platform as well.
Thank you
Awesome.
for speaking up, and I'm sure other people can relate to
Yeah.
what you're saying. A lot of people want to hide what they feel is a negative part, but this is what it's like when you try to hide something about yourself that you don't like. It's like holding a beach ball underwater, and it takes so much energy to keep this thing down. It's exhausting.
Hmm.
So it's better to that whatever that bad part was, it had a purpose. Some part of it is was needed in a different situation. So you don't have to deny it. Miriam, before we leave, can I read the thing from today? Our daily word was so
Yes.
great.
Yes.
So today's word was grace in the little daily word I read. It says, I speak truth with compassion. I read this morning and I said, help me to speak the truth. Just as salt enhances flavor, preserves what is good, and even melts what's frozen, the grace I share has the power to forge connection, transform conflict, and nurture love and compassion. In challenging interactions, it can even be with yourself, I remain mindful of my responses and reactions, honoring my boundaries and listening deeply beyond words, opinions, or emotions. With a loving heart, I discern love's presence even in difficult circumstances, allowing divine wisdom to guide me. I speak authentically, truthfully, trusting that even if my words are difficult, I offer them with love. I See, I'm getting emotional. I trust divine love to heal, inspire, and bless our exchange, knowing that grace does work beyond what I can see. Amen.
Amen. Amen. I know Dr. Karen is very emotional. This was powerful. And being being that our series is abundance in love, it ties in so much because when you love, grace comes with that, because you won't hurt someone that you love. When the love of God is imputed in us, all we can do is to share that love. So once we stay connected to God, who is our source, the love of God flows through us, and we can be conduits of that love. So as we bring the curtains down on today's episode of Mindset Monday, let's move, let's continue to connect to God, who is the source of love, and share love, that we will let our little light shine, and God will be glorified in whatever we do. Until next week. Awesome, awesome, that love. Thank you so much, viewers, for watching, and for those who are on Meet in platform. Thank you so much. Until next week, we look forward to seeing you on another episode of Mindset Monday.
Thank you. God bless you.